All right, guys, get some MLB plays and props for Sunday, April 21st slate of games. Trey, take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, great day over on the game picks. I gave out the Cincinnati Reds on the money line versus the Angels, and they roared back and got us a cash. The Reds ended up winning by 2 runs. So shout out Cincinnati for never giving up.
Yeah, I gave out the under in the Boston Red Sox game of 8 runs. Kind of got nervous in the first inning. 2 runs allowed by Mitch Keller. I said he was going to allow some runs, but everybody settled down in that game. Only 6 scored total, so we did catch the under 8 in that game. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, and I went 1-1 over here. My winner was William Contreras, over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Contreras, he finished with 6 total. He was just a machine yesterday versus the Cardinals. And Miles Mikolas, he is a pitching machine, as Bear likes to call him. And I also gave out Mitch Keller over 5.5 strikeouts versus the Red Sox. Like Bear just said, he gave up some runs early, so he did not last as long as I expected. Only 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, 0-2 day for me on the props. I had Brandon Nimmo. He got walked 1,000 times. It felt like he didn't get a ton of pitches that he could hit, so he didn't go over 1.5 bases. Then this was a surpriser for me. Zach Gallen, under 2.5 earned runs in his last game. He only went 3 innings. He gave up 4 runs against the Giants really early. I think he only lasted about 4 or 5 innings, so very bad outing for Zach Gallen in that one. So 0-2 day for myself. Trey, let's go to the plates for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be taking us over to this Toronto Blue Jays going up against San Diego Padres game. It's going to be an entertaining game to watch. That is, if you enjoy watching a lot of runs being scored. I'm going to take the over in this game of 7.5 total runs. I love that this number is just set far too low for the 2 starters we have on the bump and the 2 batting lineups we have in this game. The Blue Jays, they're throwing out Chris Bassett here in this game. He's been brutal this year with a 5.58 expected ERA, with a 45.3 hard hit percentage and a 40.6 sweet spot percentage. We have just seen Bassett get rocked all over the diamond this year, and I do expect that to continue here in this game. And the Padres, they're throwing out Joe Musgrove here, and he's just been duty on a stick as well, with an 8.08 expected ERA, which is bottom 3 in the MLB, with a 38.2 hard hit percentage and a 43.4 sweet spot percentage. He has just been getting rocked as well. I believe that these 2 starting pitchers are going to allow 3+ runs each, and then the bullpens are just going to take us home here, because these 2 teams, they combine to score an average of 8.82 runs per game, which is over this number. And whenever we parlay that with the 2 starting pitchers we have, I think they should easily reach that average here in this game. Let's hope we see a lot of dingers. Give me the over 7.5 total runs in the Blue Jays versus Padres game.
Yeah, love the play there for you. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the Cubbies going up against the Miami Marlins. I love the pitching matchup that the Marlins have in this game, so I'm going to take them on the money line, a plus money to win this game. I really love what I saw to Edward Cabrera, and his only start of the season so far, striking out 10 batters, going 6 innings, going up against the San Diego Padres. He only allowed 1 run in that game. Last season with the Marlins, he was pretty good, ending his season with a 4.24 ERA. He gave up had the same amount of wins as losses last year, 7-7. But this season, it looks like he's going to take a major step forward. He's coming into this one with a 1.50 ERA, a 1 WHIP, and with who he has on the mound going up against him, the Miami Marlins offense, who's been struggling lately, can get some runs on the board for him. The Cubs are going to be sending out Kyle Hendricks. What a career, though, Kyle Hendricks has had for the Chicago Cubs since 2014. He's been pretty good his entire career, but after 2021 season, it's just been slowly downhill, and now it's just straight downhill for him. There comes a time, Trey, when you got to look at these veteran guys. We saw it with the Diamondbacks last season with Madison Bumgarner. He just doesn't have his stuff anymore, and Kyle Hendricks does not have enough juice left in that arm to be pitching in the big leagues. His fastball is barely touching 90 miles per hour. It does get to that, and teams have just been unloading on him in the 4 games that he's pitched. So far, 17 innings, 12.71 ERA. He's given up 8+ hits in 3 of the first 4 games, and he's given up a total of 24 runs, 5+ runs in every single game. It wasn't just a couple bad outings. You might think it's a couple bad outings for him, but every single game that he stepped on the mound this season, he's given up at least 5 runs and 5 hits. I expect Miami to jump on him early, and with the way Cabrera's been on the mound, we should have enough points on the board for the bullpen of the Miami Marlins not to screw everything up. So I'm going to take the Miami Marlins. Actually, you know what? Everything I said, let's just take the Marlins in the first 5. That's the smarter play here. Let's take the Marlins. What do we got?
Yeah, +0.5 at -138. I feel like that's perfect.
Let's take the Marlins on the money line on the first 5.
+104.
Yeah, let's take Marlins on the first 5 on the money line, +104 as the play there. Trey, let's go to the player props. How do you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Justin Turner here, and I'm going to take him to go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs versus the Padres. I love this over for Turner in this game. We're going to see him have a great day at the plate, and I believe that for a few reasons. The first reason is because Turner has simply been lights out this year. He's played in 18 games so far, turned that into a 345 batting average with a 429 on base percentage. And whenever Turner gets on base, he usually parlays that with an impact play because Turner, he has 20 hits, 8 runs scored, and 11 RBIs on the year. And I expect him to get a hit and either score a run or get an RBI in this game because the Blue Jays lineup is pretty stacked above him and below him. And Turner, he's getting a perfecto matchup against Joe Musgrove. I broke him down a little bit in the MLB game pick section, but Musgrove, he's just not a very good major league pitcher. And that is going to be known in this game because Turner, he loves playing against Musgrove. These two, they've faced off in 16 at-bats, and Turner, he has a 429 batting average and a 500 on base percentage against them with 3 massive dingers. So Turner, he's definitely going to come this game confident. So give me Josh Turner to go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs versus the Padres.
Yep, like the play there for you again. For my player prop today, give me Jose Ramirez of the Guardians to go over 1.5 bases going up against the A's. You know, it doesn't take a lot for Jose Ramirez to get himself going. And in yesterday's game, he started off with a double in the first at-bat. I'm hoping for the same result in this game. He has started out the season pretty well, hitting 239 on the year, and he has recorded at least 1 hit in 6 of the last 7 games with 22 hits on the year. Jose Ramirez, for a little bit of a bigger guy, he's got really good speed. So if you do want to take him to hit a double in this game, that usually comes out at plus 300, plus 400. I love the juice on that one. I don't hate the play at all. He is very good at turning blooper hits into doubles using his speed. And the pitching matchup he's getting is a pretty favorable one in this game. It's going to be Ross Stripling on the mound, who's coming into this one with a 5.32 ERA. He's given up 32 hits in the first 4 games, allowing 6+ hits in every game so far that he's pitched. He hasn't been horrible on the mound. He's only gave up 14 runs, but he's a very hittable guy. So I'm going to take the best player on the field in this game, Jose Ramirez, to go over 1.5 bases. Trey, let's go with the pitching props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, and Bear touched on this guy a little bit in his game pick. I'm going to go with Kyle Hendricks to go over 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Marlins. I love this over for Hendricks in this game. We're going to see him struggle on the mound here, and that's going to allow the Marlins to score some runs in this game. And I believe that for a few reasons. The first reason is because Kyle himself, Bear said it earlier, he's simply been so very bad this year with an 0-2 record with a 12.71 ERA paired with a 388 batting average and a 2.24 whip. Hendricks, he's simply just allowed a ton of base runners this season, and I do expect that to continue here versus the Marlins. Even though, yes, Miami, they've not been very good at scoring runs this year. They only averaged 2.41 runs per game in the first 5 innings, which is right at this number. But I believe that we're going to see the Marlins do something early in this game and then jump all over Hendricks. So give me Kyle Hendricks to go over 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Marlins.
Yep, love the play there. For my pitching prop today, give me Joe Musgrove of the Padres to go over his total hits allowed going up against the Blue Jays. Trey, again, he touched on this, said he sucked, and he's right. You can take the earned runs here allowed. You can take the over or under outs in this game. But I'm going to go with the hits because the Toronto Blue Jays, after starting the season off slow, have been really stringing together a ton of hits over the last 5. The Padres, they give Joe Musgrove a very long leash. And it's much like the Patrick Corbin situation with the Washington Nationals. So veteran guys, they give him a longer leash. Then they get themselves into trouble. He's going to give up a ton of hits in this game. He's given up 5+ hits in all 5 starts this season, giving up 32 on the year. With the amount of hits that he's given up, you would think that he's allowed more runs, but he's actually only allowed 17 runs. He is fairly decent getting himself out of jams. With the way the Toronto Blue Jays have been playing, I think we're going to get a ton of hits in this game with the jolt the offense has had over the last 5. Last night, the Blue Jays started off the game 4-0 against the Padres in the first couple innings, working all the way through that lineup in the first 2 innings. That's been a pretty familiar thing for this team, scoring 5+ runs in 4 of the last 6 games. I think they can string together some hits on Joe Musgrove, so I'm going to take him over his total hits as the play here. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, and I'm going to go with the over 7.5 total runs in the Blue Jays versus Padres game because what Bear just said, Joe Musgrove bad, and Chris Bassett's not been very good either. So I'm going to take the over, and Justin Turner over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs in that same game. I expect him to get a ton of hits in this game, make some impact plays, and hit this over for us. And Kyle Hendricks over 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Marlins. Guys just do want to stick, and he's going to get lit up in this game.
Yep, and that's why I'm going with the Marlins here. I'm going to change it to the first 5 on the money line, plus 106 or something, I believe it was. against the Cubbies. Kyle Hendricks is going to struggle in this game. Then give me Jose Ramirez, best player on the Guardians, best player on the field, over 1.5 bases. Also like him to hit a double if you guys are interested in that, plus 300, plus 400 around there. Play to look out for that game. Then Joe Musgrove, over his total hits, probably going to come out about 5.5, maybe even 6.5, but probably 5.5 going up against the Blue Jays. Blue Jays, they've been playing a lot better baseball over the last 5 or 6 games, so love the play there. Guys, it's going to do it for the MLB Picks and Props for Sunday, April 21st slate of games. If you guys enjoy the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want, NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You can click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,